Mmm, mmm, mmm. Hey beautiful people, how are you today? Lots of you have been asking for me to do a what I eat in a day again. I did one recently, move it on this side, and I thought, why not do another one? It seemed to go down well, so here it is. Right, this is what I eat. I'm trying to lose weight, but it's also quite a healthy way of eating. I just want to lose a few pounds. I'm very happy with my body, but after Christmas, during Christmas, I did get a little bit carried away, and I'm just making sure that I keep those pounds at bay. I don't know if you remember when I did my last what I eat in a day, I spoke about carbs and proteins, and that I designed this package, Best Body Package, to help people lose weight, eat healthy, and then still enjoy good food. And these are some of the recipes that I use a lot, demonstrating that. So I'm gonna crack on. Things first, I have my omelette here. It's a lovely way to start breakfast and super easy and quick, which I like. I've got some pak choy, so I've got about 80 grams of pak choy here. Pop that into the pan. Now I like to slice up my pak choy, it just cooks much more quickly. And to that I'm adding a handful of frozen peas. And I put some oil in the pan first, and I'm just cooking those down until the peas are basically not frozen anymore. Normally for breakfast I have one protein, one carbohydrate, and then 2 veg, or 1 fruit and 1 veg. But in this case, I didn't feel like having a carbohydrate today. I had a big day's eating yesterday, so I just added extra veg rather than having some rice or something with this. So the egg, there's 2 eggs here and 3 egg whites, and medium-sized eggs. I've got my pak choy, and I've got my frozen peas, I've got salt and pepper, and I've got some chili flakes in there as well. And I'm just cooking this down, cooking the omelette down on one side, and then flip it over, turn it over, cook it for a minute on the other side, slide it onto a plate, and pop on some avocado for a bit of fat. I've got a quarter of an avocado here, and then a bit of fresh dill for extra flavour. Herbs and spices are so great when you're not eating as much as you usually do, and you want those meals to feel really tasty. The fat helps that we've added, and things like the dill are going to help as well, add that extra flavour. Okay, lunchtime. So for lunch I've got some wonderful wild salmon. They say it's much better for you than the other salmon. You can see this beautiful deep rich pink colour, love it. I put a little bit of oil in the pan. It's about a teaspoonful of olive oil. So I'm adding that skin side down and cooking that until it goes nice and crisp, and then flipping it over until it's cooked to just the way you like it. Got about 80 grams of tender stem broccoli. Pop that in some boiling water with a little bit of salt, and then I'm adding about 90 grams of runner beans. Add those too. And I'm serving this with this rice and quinoa. Now ordinarily I don't like really using those bags you throw in the microwave, but I am using it here. And I've got about a handful of rice and quinoa. It's cooked rice and quinoa. So for lunch we have 1 carb, 1 protein, and 3 veg. I've got my protein in the form of the fish, and for my carb I've got my red quinoa and rice mixture, and then my veg I've got tomatoes, and then I've got my tender stem broccoli, and then I've got my runner beans. Done. And for a little bit of fat, I've already used some of the fat in the pan, but I'm going to drizzle about a teaspoon of fat, extra virgin olive oil, a good one, over the top of the fish. And time to eat. And also chili flakes, salt and pepper. And then to finish it off, again, I've got some dill. I use some dill for my breakfast, so it's good to have that packet of herbs. I can use it for other things as well. So I've popped some dill on top of the salmon. Scrumptious, delicious. Okay, so for dinner. Now for dinner, metabolism, the nutritionist to help me with the plan explained to me that your metabolism is not very speedy in the evening. It's not as speedy. Therefore, we get rid of the carb. So instead of the carb, we just have our 1 protein, and then we have 3 veg, 3 big servings of veg, and then the fat. I put some oil in a pan, and I'm pan frying some asparagus. It's about 80-90 grams of asparagus. And then we have some shiitake mushrooms. Now, shiitake mushrooms, one of those cert foods. Apparently, they help you burn fat and speed up the metabolism. So definitely chucking in a load of those. It's about 50 grams of shiitake mushroom sliced up. And I'm adding a bit of pak choi that I had left over, but I didn't have enough to make up the 80-90 grams. So I've added some frozen peas to make that up. And then pop in your shrimp. So I've got 150 grams of shrimp or prawns here, and you just want to cook them until they go from that greeny bluey colour to more of a pink colour. And just cook it down, toss the pan, toss it around. Well, don't actually toss the pan, I mean toss the veg in the pan. You don't want to be throwing the pan around the room, that won't be good. And of course, chili flakes to add more flavour. So scatter them in, give a real boost to the flavour. Gives a real boost to the flavour. And then look at that. And such easy food. It's beautiful food, it's fresh food, it's simple. I don't really believe in a super restrictive diet. See, I understand at different times in our lives, some of us want to lose some weight, where you can still go out and make healthy choices, and just being kind to yourself if you do slip, because we all slip, I slip. You know, the other day I bought a whole box of oat cakes, and I knew when I was buying it was a bad idea. I know I cannot just have 1 or 2 or 3. And then after 20 minutes, I'd eaten nearly half to 3/4 of the entire box. And I got a bit annoyed with myself, but then I know that cycle I can sometimes get into, where you think I've eaten the box, I'm annoyed with myself, so then I get a bit down, and then I get down, so I want to eat even more. So it's about being kind to, I think it's about being kind. I'm being kind to myself, I'm being good to myself, being good to myself. I've made a mistake, I've eaten too much, but for the next meal I'll be back on track. So let's be kind. And do like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. And comment in the box below. I love reading your comments, and I try to reply to as many of them as possible. So huge, big, fat love, and have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.